Hey guys, it's Haf. I'm back again, and this is going to be my haul from the first ever hair and beauty show in Adelaide. That was on the 26th of September, which was a few days ago, and it's taken me a while to get around to this. I spent more money than I was intending, however, it was a really good experience, and I do have my first of quite a few brands that I haven't actually either heard of before or tried before. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is this is going to be a longer video, so if you want to go grab a cuppa, that's probably a good idea, because I intend to basically swatch most of it for you, and yeah, we'll see where we go from there. So I have a makeup wipe ready to clean up afterwards. So one of the biggest stalls there was an Inglot stall, and they were 30% off retail prices, which I always thought Inglot was really expensive. It turns out they're really not that expensive, especially if you compare them to, say, a MAC. Inglot eyeshadows are $10 to $13 according to their site. So at 30% off, that was actually a really good deal. So what I actually got is I got a 5-pan palette, which I picked the colours myself. There's so many colours to choose from, it's actually really hard. And I also got this illuminator, which, I mean, seriously, look at that. It's just gorgeous. It's a slightly rosy toned one. Probably can't even see it on my hand properly. But it was just so gorgeous that, and of the three that they had, it was the one that I preferred, which is number 85 on their thing. And the colours that I chose, so this one at the end here is number 338. This one is actually a matte shadow. Look at the pigmentation on that. That is just amazing. It was really quite incredible. There's no primer on my hand or anything. The second one is, I hope I get these in the right order. I think it's 59. I'm pretty sure it's 59. It is a shimmery yellow. See, there is an Aussie makeup look just waiting to happen right there. The next one is, nope, not that one, 496, which is a double sparkle square apparently. That's this white one right here. A bit harder to see, but look at that little shimmer there, very pretty. And the next one is number 64, which is this right here, which is a gold sparkly black polish. Oh, wow, look at that. The pigmentation is pretty friggin' incredible. And the last one is one of their rainbow squares, which is 129. Look at that colour. Oh, that's so gorgeous. So gorgeous! Yeah, I had such a hard time just like picking the colours that I wanted, but I ended up going with those, and I am not at all unhappy with my choices. So that was the first thing that I got, was the Inglot ones. They are a bit hard to get out once you put them in the palette, even though they are magnetised, but that's fine. Probably shouldn't be trying to take them out too often. It's just that I won't remember what the numbers are, and because they're on the back, that's a bit of a problem. But I can now say I have my first Inglot. One of the first purchases I made was from Bessem or Besame. They had a deal going that if you spent $50 you got a sample of they call them their lipstick matchbox, which has 6 little samples of their different lipsticks. This one has samples of Red Velvet and Red Hot Red, which were 2 of the other colours. I couldn't really decide if I wanted them or not. I believe that Red Hot Red is what they call the Marilyn Monroe colour. I spent more than $50, but there you go. I bought their lip liner, which I believe is actually the same colour on both ends, if I'm not mistaken. Which is the strangest thing ever, but you know, it is what it is. I'll just... Oh, there does seem to be a slight tonal difference between them, but yeah, but I mean, look at the packaging. It's just awesome. It's got that very, the whole range has got like that very 50s type feel to it. I also picked up 2 lipsticks. I'm actually wearing one of them at the moment, which is Cherry Red, which is this one, which I had to have, like, so gorgeous, so gorgeous. And the other one I got is Noir Red, which I was wearing in another video I did recently. I think it was my 9 by New Year's video. Just sort of more of a dark, vampy red colour. So they're really, really cool. Then there was one called a booth for girly cosmetics. I actually bought from them twice because I didn't see some stuff the first time. The first thing I bought was a 15 pan palette. It's like a Z palette, magnetized type palette. Again, they had lots of choices of colours. I'm not going to swatch all of these for you. If you want me to do a separate video on this, then let me know. But I will, my favourite shades from this I will swatch for you. Which are those 3? They are just amazing colours. Pigmentation is freaking awesome with these, yet again. And 2 of the palettes, 2 of the pans in here are actually a bronzer and an illuminizer, which are these. That's the bronzer and that's the illuminizer. I also picked up 2 lipsticks from them. I got Firecracker Red, which is an orange based red, which looks like that. And one of my favourite purchases for the day, this one is called Shimmering Grape. Look at that. Oh, so gorgeous. Absolutely love that colour. I also got from them a brush drying stand and a couple of bottles of their brush cleaner, which look like this because they had a deal on them. Haven't tried it out yet, don't know what it's like. I have used the brush stand. In fact, I still have things in the brush stand. But they are really, it was well worth the purchase, that one. Then there was, I was walking past one, and they're called, I remember what the name of them, the Runway Room, and they wanted me to try out this lip prep. Now, you don't have to use this underneath lipstick, you can use it on top of lipstick. It does make your lips tingle just a little bit, but it is really super moisturising. Like, I just tried this out and I was wearing a matte lipstick at the time, and it was so amazing. Like, the tingle went away fairly quickly, and it was so amazing I had to go back to the booth and get one. They were like $10, so that's what that looks like. It's just like a pink creamy stuff. But they had a deal going on their lipsticks, so I got 3 of their lipsticks. The first one is a nude. Surprise, surprise, because you know I don't really like nudes. This one is called the Duchess. It's kind of more of a darker, it's a bit darker in colour than Tea Rose from e.l.f., which I'm not a huge fan of the colour even though I own it. The second one is called the Governor. It is a pink. Love that colour, absolutely gorgeous. And the third one is called Gypsy, which apparently is very, very popular. No doubt, because it is a plummy kind of colour. You'll notice from the lipsticks I chose on this day, that I really like that colour. Go figure. One of the first things I actually picked up were 2 Real Techniques sponges, because they were like $10 each, and they're normally like 17 in Australia. And the dog ate my last one, so I had to replace that like you do. Then there was this, as you know, I have blue hair, and a lot of dry shampoos just don't work in blue hair. They leave a white cast in the hair, they look kind of terrible, and semi-permanent dye wears out really quickly if you have to wash your hair all the time. So there is this thing called Ambience Dry Shampoo, and it's truly a dry shampoo. It's not an aerosol, you don't spray it in hair. It's reminds me a lot of Physicians Formula face powder, one of the finishing veils that I have. And they were really curious to find out if their no tint version would actually work in blue hair. So they tried it out, and it was so good that I had to actually get it. This is probably about 6 months worth, I think she reckoned. It would last quite a while, depending on how often you had to use it. But I also got a refill for it, which apparently I think it fills it up like 3 times. So I should probably get like maybe at least a year out of these if I was like using every single day, which I don't really need to, because I don't wash my hair that often anyway, but my hair is not particularly oily. This apparently also helps to cover up roots and thinning areas as well, which is really cool. It comes in lots of different colours. This is just the no tint colour, and the no tint colour doesn't leave a white cast on my hair. It actually makes my hair look like shiny and healthy. I probably need to use some because, you know, I haven't washed my hair for a few days. Comes with this brush thing. It does say do not tilt before it gets over your hair. So you just brush it through the hair and then give it a little zhuzh, and it is really quite awesome. It's also, for those people who worry about these things, it's also vegan. So, yeah. So that is the Ambience Dry Shampoo, which I would recommend for anybody, particularly if you have coloured hair and you don't want to, you know, ruin your hair. Like ruin your colour. So the last thing I bought was from Makeup Studio. The Makeup Studio. I got one of their 5-pan palettes because their colours are, well, my hair suddenly got a lot more body. Their colours are so awesome. They're just stunning. I had so much trouble just picking 5 of them. They do have sticky tape on the back, which I have not actually unstuck. So, should I do this way around so I don't blind you? Okay, so this one up here, this one is called Classy Champagne, which is gorgeous. This one here is golden olive. Again, absolutely gorgeous. This one here is amazing blue. This is actually what I'm wearing very lightly on my lids. This one here is aquamarine. Does not want to focus. And the one on the end is called Skydive. And it's a silvered blue. It's actually what I'm wearing in the inner corner of my eye today. I mean, look at that. It's so gorgeous. These colours are so amazing. I couldn't not. The pigmentation on these is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so that is basically everything that I bought at the trade show. It was a really interesting experience, one that I would be happy to repeat again in the future, but I would definitely need to save up. It was actually really good value for money. It was only $20 to get in for one day. They did have Chloe Morello do a private Q&A, if you remember, which I'm not, but I did actually see Chloe Morello and say hello to her, and then I Instagrammed a picture of myself and mentioned that I'd seen her, and she actually responded, which was like really, really nice. And it wasn't like she responded like 3 days later. She like responded on the day, so I thought that was really cool. And Brittany Lee Saunders did a public Q&A, which was, I think, the reason that most of the girls who went was to actually see her. I didn't actually get to stay for the Q&A because I had to go home. However, I did actually see her and posted a couple of pictures on my Instagram. Not great ones. She did actually take selfies with people who hung around for the Q&A. There were also shows with people like Ray Morris and a couple of others, but they were paid ones. They were like $150 each, which I wasn't going to pay for. I can't justify that at the moment, although it would have been interesting. So, I mean, hopefully they will keep doing it every year and it will just get bigger and better with time. So, yeah, if you want to know anything more, just leave me a question down below and I will try to answer it. If you want to see a more in-depth on any of these products, like they're in use or whatever, again, leave me a comment down below and I'll do something about that. Leave me a thumbs up if you like makeup type videos. If you're not already subscribed and you'd like to be, click that button down there. And I will see you guys in my next video. See ya.